Good morning. Good morning. Gee, it's great to start your day with coffee with Karma today. So, happy birthday to me. It is Monday, August 26th, and it is my birthday. So, I slipped in, and that's why I'm getting a little bit later start than I normally do. But I still have a fantastic episode for you. And oh, that rhymed. Anyway, today we're gonna boldly go where actually many authors have gone before, but we're gonna boldly go there inspired by Star Trek: The Original Voyage, which first aired the year I was born, 1966, and I'm gonna be sharing with you 5 tips so that you can fulfill your prime directive as an author. Tip number 1, and I've already said this a little bit, boldly go where if you're doing original voyage, no man has gone before. It got updated to no one has gone before with TNG, The Next Generation. But basically, when you write your book, if you want it to be a truly compelling, client attracting book, is pioneer new ideas in your book. Now, I have an article that I'll be posting later next month, actually, in the inaugural not episode, issue of my brand new LinkedIn newsletter, and it's gonna be talking about the importance of not only being peerless, but being recognizable at the same time. But in this particular tip, I'm thinking more like just like Captain Kirk would go on daring explorations. Although if you really think about the episodes, most of the time they weren't really going anyplace new. They went some places new, but they also went some places where they already knew. But that's beside the point. You should embrace innovative ideas and unique perspectives in your book. And and I've said this before, but basically you zig where others zag. Steve Miller, who is the author of Uncopyable, talks about the same idea is that if everybody else in your industry is doing it, don't do it. And so your book stands out when your book says something different. It says, you know what? This is the way everybody's doing it, but they're doing it wrong. Here's a better way. So if you can do that, you are boldly going where no one has gone before. Tip number 2, the prime directive. Now, in Star Trek, the prime directive was basically you didn't interfere with other cultures. Well, what you wanna do is your prime directive as an author is to align your book's purpose with your business mission. You wanna stay true to the core mission of your business, and much like the Federation's prime directive, you want to ensure that your book resonates with your ideal clients and reinforces your authority. You want your book to be in alignment with your brand while standing out among the crowd, which your brand should be doing also, by the way. And I don't know if you notice I'm wearing a Star Trek t-shirt. But your book, and I think I don't know if I talked about it in an episode of this podcast or my other podcast, but I talk about the 4 pillars of a great book idea. And one of them is this alignment with your business. You need to have a purpose for your book that is greater than I want to attract clients. Otherwise, you will that's not a compelling enough reason for you to do all the things you need to do to make a successful book. So I highly recommend that you align your book with your business purpose so that it actually does something for you. Now, if your purpose for the book is just to be an author, fine. Then it's not really a client attracting book. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just that if I'm my mission here, my mission, my prime directive is to help you create books that attract clients and grow your business. And I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you to make sure that your book aligns with your business mission and with your brand. Tip number 3, Captain's log. Stardate. I never did understand those star dates, honestly. But Captain's log, document now this is a great marketing tip. Document your journey to establish credibility. So, talk about your journey to writing your book. I don't know how often you've watched this podcast or my other podcasts or even read my posts, but if you have, you may have noticed I've been talking about my next book, which I had originally planned to be out next month. It may still get out then. I don't know. I haven't finished the research yet. I can write it very fast once I've got the research, but there are still a few little ideas that I don't have enough research to support what I'm trying to say. And I really I feel really it's really important for me to have the evidence to support what I'm saying. And so I'm still gathering a little bit more but I will have to say, I mean, I've got a binder this big. Well, maybe not that, maybe it's more like that. And just going through the research is like, "Oh my gosh." I intuited what I'm trying to say in the book, but as I went out to find the research to support my ideas, it's there. No one it's just that no one's put it together in the way that I'm gonna be putting it together. It's so exciting. I can't wait to release this book and share it with you because it is going to be revolutionary, and I think it's gonna be helping a lot of people. But anyway, that's documenting your journey. You're talking about your ups, your downs, the things you've been doing, like, maybe you just, um, garnered a fantastic forward, and the person is letting you announce that. So, I mean, whatever it is that you're going through, help your audience be a part of your author journey because then they have buy-in to the book. Tip number 4, the Vulcan mind meld. Basically, what this means is you need to understand your ideal readers. If you're writing a client attracting book, you need to make sure it's attracting the right clients, right? So you need to deeply understand the psychology behind the pain points and the aspirations of your ideal readers, your ideal clients, so that you can write a book that speaks to them. Because what you need to do for a client attracting book is write the book that they want and then give them what they need. Because they're not gonna buy if you just say, "This is what you need," they're gonna like, "No, I don't need that, I need this other thing." Because believe me, I've had those conversations. I've had the conversation with people who are basically saying things like, "Well, I wanna achieve this, this, and this, but I'll write the book after I've achieved those things." And I'm like, "But a book will help you achieve those things not only faster, but more lucratively." But again, I was trying to sell them what they needed, not what they wanted. And so you have to change your messaging sometimes. So that's with a client attracting book, you need to be communicating it to them about what they want, which means you need to understand what they want. So that's when you do the Vulcan mind meld with your ideal clients. Obviously, not really, because number one, it doesn't exist. Number two, you're that would be really weird to go around touching people's heads and going, your mind with my mind. But that would be just really weird. At least in this universe, it would be weird. And tip number 5, the final frontier. This is your book will expand your influence and authority. So much like exploring the final frontier, publishing a book is an adventure. It can significantly expand your influence, your authority, your visibility, your credibility, your influence. Did I say I think I said it'll position you, or potentially it can position you as a thought leader in your field. And so you need to be ready for that. Even a slim, simple client attracting book can catapult you in front of people. In fact, I wrote a very thin book that was meant to attract clients, and it got me on a radio show. So, yes, a client attracting book can get you all sorts of attention if you know how to spin it. That's when you need to, like, go into, um, PR and things like that. That's what will get you on TV and radio and things like that. That's outside the scope of this particular episode. I just wanted to help I just wanted to help you understand what a client attracting book can do for you. Now, if you would like to start working on your book, then I highly recommend that you schedule a curious conversation with me, curious conversation with Karma, and you can do that at karmaspence.com/schedule. It's a 20 minutes, no strings attached conversation. Basically, we'll just get to know each other. I'll find out what it is you're trying to achieve, and if I can help you achieve it, then we'll schedule a separate call where we can talk about how what that might look like. But during this call, I just want to give you at least 1 to 3 next steps that you can take to achieve whatever goal it is you're trying to achieve. I highly recommend it has something to do with books, because otherwise I'm probably not gonna be the person to talk to, other than I'm just a pleasant conversationalist. But honestly, if you are thinking that a book might be your next best step, then schedule a call with me and let's get to know each other. See if what I can do can help you achieve your goals. And if not, and I know somebody else who can or some other method that can, I will point you in that direction as well. I have done that. So this is Carma Spence saying ciao for now. And if you are an executive coach, business leader, or consultant, I can help you write, publish, and market your client attracting book. Ciao. Live long and prosper.